next key is focus. As you can tell, here we are in Leeds, really busy road, Sheepscar interchange, hundreds of cars passing every minute. And do you know what? Sometimes it's really difficult to focus when you've got lots and lots of distractions. You've got lots of noise all around you. It's really difficult to focus. It was pretty noisy out there, so we couldn't actually focus. Because I really need to talk to you about focus and what that means. Therefore, we've come into a quiet room so you can hear what I'm saying. The great thing about being in education is you don't have to be there for 52 weeks of the year. It averages out something like 37 weeks of the year, something like that. So what you have to learn to do is focus on the right thing at the right time. See, I used to watch the X Factor all the time, and I was never interested in the kind of later rounds of the X Factor, but I was always interested in the first couple of rounds to see what kind of people would show up. And in those early days, it was just very random. You're thinking, how does that happen? And you get someone who's interviewed for the X Factor, and they'll say, you know, oh, I spent my whole life practicing for this. My whole life, I would love to do this. This is my dream. I really want to do this. And they usually say something like, oh, my grandma's not very well as well. And they always have a bit of a sob story attached to it. And they walk up and they stand on the X and they start to sing, and everyone goes, you can't sing, mate. No, please don't. Don't. Everyone goes like, oh no, this is awful. And so really what they're doing is they're focused on the wrong thing, because they've never got a friend, unfortunately, that's going to say to them, you can't actually sing. But what's important in education is you focus on the right thing. It's about understanding that it needs your focus when you're there. So you might be really good at Call of Duty or FIFA, and you might be really good at online games and that kind of thing. But when there's a certain time in your education, then your scores on FIFA and Call of Duty need to go down a bit, because you can't focus on that and focus on your studies. It's about focusing on the right thing at the right time. Also, many of you, probably every single one of you that are watching this, have all got a mobile phone. There's a very special button on your mobile phone. It's a button that some of you maybe have never noticed before. It's very special. It's almost hidden to some people. And what it does is it switches your phone on. Ah, yes. But it also switches your phone off. I know, please don't panic. I once mentioned this at a school, and this young girl kind of ran out screaming, going, I can't never switch my phone off. And I was chatting to her, she says, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can never switch my phone off. I have to answer my friend. If my friend texts me, and if I don't get back within 3 minutes, then it's over. She was so stressed out. She even had a timetable of who she could hand her phone in when she was having exams, so she would never have to switch it on, never have to switch it off. And she would sit with it kind of on a pillow, on BBM and everything all night. What you need to do is learn how to switch your phone off and switch off your distractions. The University of Wales did a study. The study's in my book. And they did a study, and they studied people who were getting ready for exams. And they studied people who were distracted when they were revising and people who weren't distracted when they were revising. Guess which one got the better results? The ones without distractions. So if you have a project, a piece of work or an exam, then basically what you need to do is learn to switch off your distractions. So maybe you want to go on BBM or your Facebook chat or whatever and just tell people, look, I'm going offline, lol, right? And just tell them that you're going offline, switch everything off, do an hour's work, then if you want, put the kettle on, switch everything back on again. It's great. Then you've got, it's all sorted. 2 things will happen if you do that. Number 1, you get better results because you're not being distracted. Number 2 is you will actually still have friends at the end of the hour. Just log back on. I'm back. Lol. And that's all you need to do. Just switch off the distractions. And just remember, it's only a season. Being in education is a little bit like this. You'll have busy times and you'll have quiet times. And it's just about understanding that when you're in a busy season, rather than backing away from it, that actually get involved in it, switch off your distractions and make sure that you're focusing on that. See, it's called procrastination. The other word for procrastination is Facebook, right? It's something that you do when you kind of should be doing something else. And we need to just sort of kill that word. We need to kill procrastination. Like, for instance, you've probably been maybe you're in high school and you're getting ready for an exam, maybe you had a day off to revise or something. And all of a sudden, daytime TV becomes absolutely fascinating. All of a sudden, we're really interested in Jeremy Kyle or like antiques, thing where you buy something. We're all of a sudden, oh, really, I need to watch this. And of course, it's just putting off the inevitable. So what the great thing is to do is just to actually put the first things first. Get your work done, and then you can chill out, then you can enjoy yourself. So don't forget to focus.